little pauses to me, man, that shit sounds so incredible to me. I want to get back to the song. This shit is nasty.
I'm gonna start this back from
Nasty.
the beginning. Charismatic frontman can do a lot.
Yeah, boy.
Can do a lot for a band. They can make a band and kill a band.
Nasty though.
That
is
no
nasty.
wrong to me.
That is nasty.
The riffs and my man Peter Steele's voice.
Really, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me, guys. So, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna get through it. And it's never mind. Keep it going, George. just keep it going. Check us out on Patreon, guys, where we give you our exclusive access to all of our videos, 186 videos and counting.
Bangers too, though. Bangers. You know, nothing too shabby. I mean, I don't know, like a Led Zeppelin marathon. We got Metallica on there, some Megadeth stuff. You know, I'm just saying, just throwing that out there, man.
What's up, guys? Your boys are back. I'm Ryan, my man, George.
Yeah, what's up, guys? How you living out there? Shout out to the free thinkers, of course. Shout out to everybody out there rocking with the channel.
As always, make sure you like, subscribe with the notification bell. Make sure it's set to all so you get all our videos as they drop. If you are an artist and you would like us to react to one of your songs, make sure you check out the link in the description. We'll definitely get you hooked up on that. Or we can place you in front of one of our up-and-coming videos. We do about 60 seconds on your song. Either way, information will be down below. We get you hooked up, man. All right, man, so we are getting to Korn, man. We're going to do Blind today. Big request. By the way, man, shout out to everybody on Patreon and Discord. Again, man, make sure you check that out if you're not part of that family. It's a great way to support the channel, first of all, and it's just a good way to get exclusive content that doesn't make it to YouTube. Some stuff just never makes it there. And then good conversations too, man, like top reaction requests that George is going to go through right now.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that's been participating in the top reaction request thread. It's you can submit, essentially what that is, guys, for those of you who don't know, who may be new to our Discord or Patreon, is you can submit one request. If there's one request that you really want us to do, you can submit that request in this specific thread, and then we give you a couple questions to kind of ask, like, why you chose it. So, for example, shout out to No Leaf Clover. Not 4-leaf, No Leaf Clover.
No hands out, no hand out.
I guess so. You know what I mean? Yeah, shit bad, man. Ain't no luck over here. You know what I'm saying? No Leaf Clover. I don't recognize No Leaf Clover's name, so I don't know if you're new or you changed your name, or actually it's, you know what, it's at Cobra Kai 2015. So it says Discord name No Leaf Clover, but yeah. I guess your handle also could be Cobra Kai 2015. So anyways, shout out to you, my man. You're why we're doing this request, and it says here, why did you choose this song? The song that literally started the entire genre of nu metal and one of the greatest album intro hype up songs of all time. You can't imagine what it was like seeing prime, young, hungry Korn live and them opening the concert with this song. And then 4, I love that, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Giving us like the history and all that. Based on previous reactions, how do you think George and Ryan will react to your request? They've shown love for Korn in the past, and the song is pretty simple, straightforward, and not necessarily complex, which they seem to like. We like the complex shit too, you know what I mean? We just, you know, we like that too. We like the straightforward stuff too. You know, we you know, it's not just the one. But I get your point though. Yeah, typically, you know, your odds are better for us liking a song if you're not as crazy and you're not as
abstract,
ultra abstract. Yes, I get that. I've always said this, you know, and I said this when we first started the channel. I said there were a handful of bands that I had heard of and songs that I listened to that I liked before we started doing rock and metal on YouTube. Korn was one of those bands. That song, Freak on a Leash. I wasn't even into rock back then in the early 2000s, and that song, I love that song. I thought that was a great song. What's the Got the Life? That one. With the bass line, what stuck out to me was their lead singer was like really, Jonathan, I think his name is, had like a very disturbed way of singing and sort of producing his vocals. It was like this I'm deranged type of vocal approach, and they had their very deep, like low bass line to their music that it just worked for me because I was a hip hop dude when I was growing up, so that bass line just sounded really nasty when I would play some of their songs. So it was Korn, I think Linkin Park, and a few other bands, man, that really stuck out to me when I wasn't even into metal like that, but they seemed to cross over. So
yeah, man.
wanted to bring that back up. So yes, we have shown love to Korn in the past. You know, Falling Away From Me is another good song from Korn that I like. Falling Away From Me. So
you a Korn fan,
I like some songs. Yeah, I like some joints. Yeah, supporter. You know, Ryan knows I don't like that fan word. Nothing wrong with being a fan, but it's just you just lumped in with the other maniacs and weirdos, so I just don't like to be lumped in. So let's just you know, nothing wrong with being a regular fan, but I'd rather just not have that association. So supporter is what I like to use. Let's get into it though. So first, Lead single off of what? Their first album in 1994, right? And you said that this was a song that they kind of that got the crowd hype, right?
Opening song, right?
Opening song, and it looks like it's their first song off of their album, I think. Let's get into it. I'm curious. Korn Blind. Just that alone sounds 90s. That was such a 90s. You know what I mean? It's just interesting how something small like that. Like that. Are you ready? Let me pull it back, because the way he sounded, that was some WWF shit right there. The way he sounded. Are you ready? And then bassline. Tribe shit. Something like a called Quest song. Some hip hop influence. Shit too. That's kind of a whole new metal thing, you know.
That's a good opening song for the concert.
Are you ready? I want to stop. I'm thinking of, you know, again, I wasn't into metal and rock in the at least in the early 90s, right? And I started getting a little interested maybe into like late 90s, early 2000s. But hearing this and then thinking of grunge, which was still kind of doing its thing in the early 90s. Yeah, this is different though. Like,
yeah, it is.
Just the way, first of all, his vocal approach here, like this again, it's a disturbing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I should die. Like, it's a very disturbing type of approach vocally. You know what I'm saying? And then it's got power, right? The way it started was very powerful, but these abrupt little changes that they were doing with, I guess, that power and that sort of hype feeling is just very, I think, different. I just think that sounded very different based off of at least some of the songs that we've done and we've gone back to as far as grunge is concerned. So yeah, I can see it. And like Ryan said when we first started, he was just like, yeah, the Are You Ready? And then, you know, it's the first song that they usually play to get the crowd hype. Are you ready? Everybody's like, yeah, we ready. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's very interesting.
It is.
The way the music changes has kind of caught us off guard a little bit when he went into the I'm So Blind. But yeah, I just want to point that out.
Yeah, man.
Let's keep it rocking.
Going,
see I'm going blind. I could 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 see I'm going blind.
Yeah, but okay. Okay.
Yeah, they just got some
It's
different stuff all through this. Yeah.
I'm so blind. Yeah, buddy. Go ahead, Ryan. Yeah,
want me to go first?
yeah. Because I know you got some shit to say.
Yeah, man, that was an interesting listen to say the least. It was very interesting, man. But you know, man, there's two parts of me with this reaction, man. You know, let me start by saying I didn't really enjoy the song. It was a great reaction, and here's why. You know, there's two parts of me right now. I got like two different personalities. I have the Ryan, the YouTube reactor side, where I'm like, I can break this down and be like, well, the transitions weren't my favorite. You know, they had some interesting elements, and this is so I can do that, and I'll do a little bit of that in a second. But then there's the other like side of me that loves music in general. You know what I mean? That's just a casual listener of multiple different genres. You know, I have my genres that I really, really love, but I'm just kind of the casual listener, right? And the casual listener in me is like, what the fuck am I listening to? This shit is crazy. Turn this shit all the way the fuck out and throw it out the window and never play that shit again, ever again in life. That's the casual listener.
CD down the street, huh? Back when we used to throw CDs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Throw the shit. I'm dating myself a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But the YouTuber in me, man, is I'm trying to understand it, right? And when you listen to the transitions, man, those transitions, like, when the song is in the actual chorus, that doom 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 doom, and it's got that bass note, and then it just stops like with the guitar note and just leaves it out there, and then it transitions back into the verse. I just do not like the way that sounds. Like the way it sounds to me, it's just wrong to me. You know what I mean? Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean? It's like you did that purposely to upset the listener. You know what I mean? I just don't like the way that sounds.
Yeah.
But the groove within the chorus, I think sounds fine.
Yeah.
I think the groove within the verses, I think that sounds fine. You know, vocal approach was a little interesting to me. I think you nailed it when you said it's kind of disturbing the way he sings. It's I think you nailed that description, and I'm just not a fan of the way that sounds, but it is different. To me, it comes off you're doing something different to be different, not to be creative in being different, if that makes sense. So I don't know, but overall, I thought it was a very interesting listen, and I think it's a different sound, you know what I mean, that I was trying to kind of wrap my brain around, and it has like some hip-hop elements because I heard the bass note in it, and it's just I think I need to give it another listen, because this could be a schism type of reaction to me. You know, for those of you that don't know, I hated his script. No, I don't want to say hated, but I strongly disliked Schism when we first did it, and now I love that song. You know what I mean? I had to grow on me. That's just what it is. So maybe this is one of those songs, but as of right now, the casual listener in me is just like, yeah, that shit is what the fuck are we listening to? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I get it though. This is like, when I think of this song, I think of raw talent. When I think of this, in comparison, especially to me, to some from when I got into Korn, when they had the good, because I remember that Freak on a Leash video when the bullet was following people around, it was going through people's heads and then going through the wall, and then go, like, when they came out with that shit, that was just, I felt like they were way more polished by that point. You know, this to me is just raw talent. Like, they just got something, but they just haven't quite figured it out, but because it's filled with so much like testosterone and energy that it kind of just works in a live setting. I feel like listening to this shit like just in the car, I just don't know if I could do it with this particular song. I can listen to Freaking Unleashed in the car. You know what I'm saying? And Got the Life in the car. I think they're just song making in terms of just, understanding how to sort of transition a little bit better. I think that improved over time. But
like Shaq in Orlando, raw talent.
Yeah, but Shaq was amazing.
Yeah, he was killing it though.
He was raw talent and he was an all-star. And yeah, that's not kind of where actually no. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, no.
Nah, but raw talent and something unique, right? Listen, I feel like I'm hearing something dope, but also flawed. So it's not like I don't feel like I'm hearing something creative and they just throwing shit at the wall. No, I hear something creative that I think is working in parts, but then it's kind of just off in other parts, right? Disjointed in some parts. Because I love the way it sounded to start it off. We can go back here.
That reminds me of...
Are you
They got this is hard. This is just hard.
Yeah,
It's not complex, like you said, my man. No leaf clover, not complex. But the shit just makes me wanna when I hit it. But then when they got to the second part, when they transition, right here. Completely understand why that transition would bother you and everyone else, but it I kind of like it. I can see how, like, if someone was grading a fucking music theory test or grading someone on music theory and how they played the song, I would probably think that type of transition would get like a demerit. Like, nope, you didn't technically do that well. But I think that the flaw in that is what makes it raw. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I actually like how he sounded vocally. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just the disturbing sort of combination, and even the melody is slightly catchy, even though in a very disturbing way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at that. Let's keep it going. Let me see. And they did a transition that I didn't like, but when they got into the groove, I liked it. Right? Mm-hmm. I think it's that's cool. Yeah, let me go back.
And it's almost like they're still playing. It's not a sharp stop. Yeah. Because with progressive rock and progressive metal, when they have that odd time signature transition, it's a sharpness to it.
Yeah.
This is like bang, bang, like some motherfuckers fucking. Oh damn! I knocked the shit over. Like ding, ding, ding,
and he's still singing.
And you can still hear the instruments.
I get it.
Lingering in the back, like it's like a fuck up.
I get it.
I don't like that.
I get it. Completely understand. I completely understand. And I don't think that was executed well either. But the point I'm making is they have hard shit
going into it.
And then the second group they got into before the fuck up, to Ryan's idea
my definition of it
was cool, and I like the disturbing vocals. So they got too much hard shit for me to just write this off as some throwing at the wall accident. Nah, dude, shit, they got some shit in here. It's just raw talent that wasn't quite ironed out and polished. Let me see. There was something else and I like how they ended it with the little funky Public Enemy bass line, to keep it real with you.
You like that?
No. When they started playing.
Oh, okay.
This sounds cool.
Not the transition. Yeah,
this is cool right here.
Yeah, it's cool. It's probably leading into the next song, I would assume.
The way that sounds, it reminds me of something Public Enemy would have threw in their their rap shit. Yeah. That sounded good. It's too much. It's too many things that sounded good and unique, especially for the time, for me to just write this off as just some bullshit. Like, no, there was some really dope. That's why I say raw talent. There was a lot of raw talent and creativity, I think, in this song. and I could see why it influenced so many people. You know what I'm saying? That actually to me sounded good, not just, oh, this was cool, it influenced people when it was some bullshit and then somebody else came along. No, it's fire with some flaws, and then they got better at, you know, crafting their own sound. So no, this was a dope listen, man, to me. So shout out to No Leaf Clover, man. You know what I'm saying? I can see why. This was a big request, by the way. I mean, No Leaf Clover, obviously, we're here today because, you know, you put this request in the submission thread, but Blind by Korn was like a huge request for years, man. So I'm happy that we did that.
Yeah, man.
It's good to get a peek into early Korn. All right, that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And also, man, make sure you guys check us out on Patreon and Discord. That's how we got this this request in front of us today. It's a great way to support the channel by supporting us on those platforms. The information for all that will be in the description. I'm George. That's Ryan. Lost to Vegas. We out.